Hello, my treasures. It's time to chill our opponents out a bit with Frost Mercenaries. Continuing on my mission to cover every mercenary on the channel, this week we are going to be covering Zar'jira, who I have never used before. She's the perfect mercenary to make most use of all of the free support that we have seen here and there throughout the game mode. Basic idea behind this build is we're essentially Frost, but with a little bit of a minion twist. Instead of using something like Local R, we are going to be using Cho in order to buff up both the adds off of Jaina, aka the Water Elemental, and the Wave Thrashers off of Zar'jira, which will hopefully allow us to freeze out our opponent's key mercenaries so we can just finish them off before they can actually do anything. For the Mercenary by Mercenary Breakdown, the first one is going to be Jaina with Ice Block Talisman as her equipment, and mainly swapping between Ice Flows and Water Elemental. Cho is the next mercenary on the team with Stash of Scrolls as his equipment, only using Patience. Zar'jira is the third mercenary, where we're using Upstart Acolyte to give us 2 additional freezes, and this mercenary will probably use all 3 of her abilities. For the fourth mercenary on the team, we are going to be using Varden, and for their equipment, we are going to use Ban of Frost in order to increase our frost damage each individual's turn. Hopefully by the time they come out, Cold Snap will just be able to one-shot something and then freeze out their entire board. The fifth mercenary on the team is Balinda, who we are using a Lesser Water Elemental as her equipment, then using Frost Dart and then sometimes Frost Burn, and finally we have Medivh, who we are using a Staff of Atesh on, and essentially are really just using him for Arcane Rift. Now, with that all being said, let's look at some games. Okay, let's see what this guy has in store for us. Or gal, I guess. Okay. Fire! Hey, let's go! I'm pretty sure next week is actually going to be a fire team, so watch out for that one. Yeah, might as well do it like this. Something's getting frozen. It doesn't really matter what, to be honest. We also probably should have used Witch Curse on Ragnaros. Alright, they got our Jaina real low. Just going to summon the ad, summon a freeze of our own. Now freezing out their freeze or killing their freeze. So the shield is up. Not really what I wanted to happen as of yet, but at least it eats. Oh, that's actually great. Okay, we're use patience. I'm really tempted to freeze out the Jaina. I have a feeling that we won't be quicker because they'll probably use the fire ability, but it would be nice if we could. This is just going to randomly target, right? Nope, it targets our minion. That's actually a-okay too. Protects it for a turn, then AoE everything. Okay, so Varden next, and then Balinda. Let's go after Rag, and I'm hoping we can freeze out a good chunk of the board. That would be really nice. Bye, Zar'jira. We hardly knew ye. Freeze out that. Didn't get the lethal. Now let's go like this. We probably should have just kept freezing the board. I guess we did freeze that. Okay, we got lethal on everything. Probably not going to get lethal on it. We're going to focus down Tyrande. This is a really weird bench. I don't really understand what they were going for here, to be honest. I really want to use Cold Snap, but I don't think this is going to do what I wanted to do. Because, oh, actually, maybe it will. Perfect hits for us. Khadgar's next. Oh, they're out. Well, I mean, we dart the bird, and then we flurry, and we just win the game, right? Could freeze out the board too, but should we just win? We do this? Bird. Blizzard. That freeze. Oh, maybe that was the correct play. Now we just dart away at their face and then call it a day. Okay, hey, it's our lucky day. Someone who is playing something more meta relevant, if I remember right. Yeah. Okay, Frost. Okay, Frost with Khadgar may be a little bit more interesting in theory. Part of me wants to go after local R, but I think we will probably end up going after Boggy, trying to minimize the amount of turns Boggy sticks on the board. But going after local R isn't bad either. So they're going after Cho first. I mean, that is the mercenary that most people actually target. It makes sense. Cho prevents you from scaling up your own minions and prevents or makes it easier to kill the minions. The nice thing about, well, I guess it doesn't really matter. I was going to say Wave Crasher actually, summoning the Wave Crasher is slower. So we could have actually got the hit through Khadgar, but it's fine. We actually freeze the local R. Freezing Khadgar would have probably been better. I just don't know if I catch it is the problem. Note to self, if you're facing Khadgar in this build and you can freeze him out, freeze him out. If you can't, you can't, but it is what it is. Okay, Cho gets down. Can't attack, which sucks. And then they'll probably hit into our thing, which gets rid of it. And then we go Varden next. We could also want Balinda. I need local art gone. I need him gone. They're going after Jaina. That actually isn't a bad choice on their behalf. Use that. We freeze everything out. Perfect. Scale up our damage. Jaina is donezo this turn, though. Hopefully we can get local R, right? Let's use Wave Crasher to go there. There goes Jaina. That's perfectly fine. Oh, why did you barely have to survive? Okay. Now, we put down Balinda. I think we just snipe Khadgar to snipe him. Yeah. I don't like doing that, and then we can actually go after local R. We probably really should have swapped the order there. Because we're trying to do enough damage to that. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter what we do then. That hits there, that gets rid of one. Okay. Local R is still on the board, but we have freezes still. Let's snipe that totem. So their bench has to be Sinestro probably as the last mercenary. Probably should snipe a local R. Do it like this. Oh shit, they're actually healing. Okay, that could go bad or real quick. Come on, hit local R once. Of course you didn't hit local R once. Because that would have made our lives too easy. Living on 1 HP. Okay. Uh, everything here should be slow, so oh, how do we want to do this? I think we snipe local R and then we Varden first ability. So let's use Cold Snap. That should actually be able to snipe everything. And then I think we put out a bird just just to be safe. Because if the bench is what I think it is, the birds should be able to survive. We got rid of their entire board, and it looks like they're just going to AFK their way out of this game, but it should still be fine. I don't think they could do anything to come back from here. We have too much damage on Varden, and we were going to play it smart no matter what there. We're just waiting for them to put down their last mercenary, or the game too. Let's just finish them off. Put them out of their misery. We might as well also freeze them out of the game. And say goodbye. All right, let's see what they have in store for us today. Humans. Oh, that's going to be cool. I really want to do something with Varian. Varian no longer only affects humans on the board, he also affects Alliance on the bench, which makes him a way better mercenary. The problem is, turn 1, he literally can't do anything important. So he is kind of a waste there. But if you can somehow get him down on like turn 2 and then keep repeating it, you may or may not be able to make a really interesting team. The other issue is healing wise, the only healing alliance character I can think of besides Anduin, I guess, is Gen, and speeding up your mercenaries with Gen in combination with Varian is just awful. Trust me, I've tried it. All right, we're probably going to freeze Natalie instead because they haven't sped up her. Well, I mean they did, but it's complicated. Wait, is she actually even an alliance character? Or is it humans and alliance characters? I haven't read Variant in a while. Okay, it's going to freeze touch that. Prevents them from doing anything. Sure, they get a little bit of some stats there, but that's perfectly fine. And there goes Varian. Okay, let's see what they have on the bench. All right. I think we're just going to try to freeze out as much as humanly possible here. That should freeze a good chunk of their board. They're probably go. Oh, they act because Divine Shield makes freezes not work for some dumb reason. Only in this game mode, I'm pretty sure a Divine Shield in Standard or in Constructed would just freeze it out, even if they're Divine Shield. I could be wrong. Okay, this time we're freezing out the board as much as possible. So let's see if we can freeze everything out. And we do. Oh, we didn't get the. Oh, never mind. We did get the lethal there. And goodbye. Okay. It is a real person, and that is good to know. The name Super Mage almost made me think it wasn't. I am curious of what they're actually playing. They did seem to go a little. Oh, orcs. Okay. I actually tried orcs very, very recently. There's a build that I really want to try to make or see if it works, where we're using Drekthar as like the main focal point of the build. Because if you can use Samuro to trigger Fel Corruption into Shamanism and then go from there, you in theory should be able to like speed everything up and then use a bunch of other mercenaries. I'm really curious of how that one would actually work out. Only problem is Samuro's not going to get a double hit in. We're going to focus down Thrall here. I kind of doubt we're going to be able to kill Thrall, but you never know. Of course, they're going to focus down Cho. And of course, we're not going to be able to get that hit in. I mean, at least the freeze is real nice since he should survive. Okay, never mind. The freeze didn't do anything. We can. Okay, there's a few options we could do. We can do freezing touch on Sarfang. We could also do it on Garrosh if we really felt like it. We also probably shouldn't be focusing down Thrall. We probably the misplay is there. We should have probably hit Garrosh with Jaina. Though it also depends if they're going to use the heal on Garrosh. Garrosh is such an interesting mercenary if you really think about it. At least since they've done the reworks. He went from being a mercenary you only ever see in orc teams to a mercenary that you could actually use him in a horde team as their main healer, which is what the original Drekthar team was supposed to be. But yeah, no, it's interesting. At least in the long run, it would be an interesting little change for Mercenary to try out. Trying to get rid of him next. They are taking a while to make decisions. I'm assuming the bench is probably going to be... We haven't seen Samuro, and I'm assuming Drekthar, since we don't see a buff on all the mercenaries. Because normally I would... Or it could be Gul'dan, too. Gul'dan also would fit, technically. I kind of want to put down Balinda. I know we're not scaling damage off of Balinda, but we could, in theory, freeze everything down. But I guess we went for Varden instead. Oh, because we can actually probably Cold Snap here, right? We could also freeze out Surfang. Yeah, let's actually freeze out Surfang. He's going to be quicker, or we're going to be quicker than Surfang because it's a 6 attack. Garrosh is a lot tankier than I expected. Oh, hey! That's actually kind of a shock that they went for that instead. Okay, we can freeze out Surfang. Essentially, the name of the game is freeze out Surfang as long as humanly possible. And we could also try to get the speed tie here. I don't know if that's necessarily the best idea. We also probably, to be honest, oof. I don't like seeing that. That is a lot of damage. Okay, at least everything gets frozen. So it was Samuro. All right. As long as we keep Surfang frozen, we don't lose. It is interesting to see what the breakpoints for different builds actually are in the long run. We also probably should have attacked there, but I'm assuming Samuro is probably just going to nuke us. That would be my assumption. You never know, though. The offensive rally, mirror images ×2. Oh, that did not work how I wanted it to work. Put down Balinda, which can freeze the Samuro. Not Samuro. Hey, it is actually Drekthar. Oh, that's a interesting equipment to run on Drekthar. Okay. Not actually what I expected. I would have assumed someone would have tried the Frost. See, part of me rather not try to freeze out their board every single turn, but I think the safest bet is to keep on freezing, because then we don't have to worry about the additional damage. Then Ice Lance can hit there. Oh, 55. Holy shit, that's a lot of damage. I'm pretty sure we just win here. Yeah, 45 damage. Do we want the Flurry or do we want the Cold Snap? Let's go for the Cold Snap. I have a sneaking suspicion they're probably going to get rid of Jaina because they think that's the biggest problem here. Oh, they actually went after Varden. Oh, shit. I mean, that did minimize the amount of damage that they were going to take. All right, so... I think we're still safe, right? Let's just finish them off. I don't think it matters what we do. Well, we got it. Alright, now that we're through the games, let's discuss my final thoughts of the build. So overall, Zar'jira actually shocked me of how well she turned out. She's actually, for a mercenary that I haven't covered before, a pretty decent one. She is something that most people won't actually expect, and they're probably going to focus down Jaina or Cho first. However, if you get Zar'jira to live while Varden is on the board, you'll be able to scale up your frost damage incredibly quickly. While I didn't get the footage to showcase playing against a lot of the more meta relevant builds, I do think there aren't really that many builds that can stand against it. Turns out being able to freeze your opponent out of the game multiple turns after multiple turns is just insanely OP and is actually a pretty decent comp to try out. Now, like always, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Until the next time, bye bye.